Here we are. We're just gonna dive head first into Doki Literature Club Part 7. It is officially Monday, so apparently a lot of things are gonna go down. Just a quick wrap up. She knows she's in a game, may or may not be trying to escape. She is seriously depressed. May or may not actually show up for her first date on Monday. I spurned her, and I think she loves me now. Same old, same old. Okay, we're just gonna load. I was actually thinking, whenever I finish this playthrough, I think I really would like to do a quick, like, 5-6 minute compilation of some of the funniest moments, just so it's like this kind of fast screen over of the gameplay, and then move on to the next game. Like I have mentioned, I do have one already picked out on Steam. I am super excited for it. It's gonna be a whole lot less pink and a whole lot more epic. Alright. So it is the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. Is something up with the music? Because it's... I'm not hearing the music. Which gives this game like this really creepy feel. I kind of don't like it. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. No, it's not too much. Go wake her up now. Meanwhile, the preparations for the school event should be nearly complete. Man, Crow is such an idiot. Such an idiot. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. That's really stupid, by the way, because trays are flat. It's not like they have, like, a topper. They just, like, the weight of the top one sags and, like, crushes the bottom cupcakes. And you and Lovestruck Natsuki spend a lot of time on that, so maybe you could be a little bit more thoughtful. But no, you're incapable of silly stuff like thought. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Yeah, I hate that whenever your hands are like full, but there's this one person texting and your phone's on like vibrate or something, and your pockets just like buzzing like you've got like a jar full of angry bees that you shook up and everybody's looking at you weird and you're like, just ignore it. Don't notice it. Don't notice it. Stop looking at me. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. Yeah, that's a good point. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will go well too. Where's the music? I swear, there was music. There's no music. Is it my personal? No. This game is really creepy without music. And I don't want to screw up recording because, like, for some reason the music's gone. Maybe I'll start humming it in between the lines. You guys get to hear my beautiful singing voice. Crow, you're the first one here. No, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta luck of the draw and then make it work. Work it. Work it, boy. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, me too. Yeah, she overslept again. Right after admitting to you she's depressed. That dummy. Right after she admitted to you she's depressed. You'd think that on days like this important, she'd try a little harder. Oh my god, Man Crow, could you be any less insensitive? I mean, any more insensitive. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. You had to suddenly remember it? Really? And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yes, you should have. Uh-huh. You should take a little responsibility for her, Crow. I agree. I live right next door. It'd take me 20 seconds to knock on the door and say, Sayori, I got chocolate! And listen to the freaking footsteps. Alright? Because if someone knocked on my door and he had, like, a box of truffles, and some Earl Grey tea, I would be like booking it out that door in like 20 seconds flat. Just dunk, 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 dunk. I open the door and be like, hello. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. So she's not only knowing about the fourth wall, but she knows what I do and what I say to other people. She's kind of hinted at that, saying that I must really like Yori, but it was kind of easy to dismiss. But this right here makes it very obvious she knows that Sayori confided to me. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Where is the music? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. Club president doesn't mean omnipotent game god. Just gonna throw that out there. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? No, she breaks the fourth wall all the time, and now she's using it to make you feel uncomfortable. Where is the music? Did I break I'm so worried I broke something. That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Yeah, 'cause you break the fourth wall. You break the fourth wall so hard, it's a fourth window. Or a fourth rubble. Or a fifth wall. Yeah, you break the wall so hard, it becomes a fifth wall. Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Probably because there's no music. I don't know. In the title screen, it was playing that cute music. But there's nothing now. Just got Monica here, and it's without like the cheerful music in the background. Some of the things they say, yeah, it's actually kind of unsettling. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? It's like, I have your brother hostage, written on the pamphlets or something. They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. Ooh, very creative choice. I like it. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poem from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I hadn't read before. Oh my. Oh my. It's called percentage sign, which percentage sign on my keyboard pops to it is shift 5, and this is all 5 words. So get out of my head. And she printed that so many times. So I don't think that's quite a coincidence. I mean, it's a coincidence I caught. But anyway, though, she just wrote over and over, get out of my head, 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 and then went on, until she said at the bottom line, get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. That sounds like a reference to what, Monica? What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Yeah. And it doesn't help that the music's gone! Oh, I hit auto again. Crow, what's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong? Isn't it obvious what's wrong? Nothing. No. What do you mean, nothing? That's entirely alarming. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's ever written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Just book it down the hall. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Yeah, something's wrong, something's wrong. What was I thinking? I should have tried a bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or to help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. Yeah, guy, what were you thinking? I don't know why you walked past the house, but you did. Now you gotta stop kicking yourself and just book it. That's what she needs, and that's what I'll give to her. I reach Sayori's house and I knock on the door. I'm getting really uneasy about this. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Oh no, what am I gonna find? Oh no. Sayori, she really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of breach of privacy? Oh my god. Bet she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. It was... I don't even... What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Oh my god. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club, screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still I couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. What the... Wait. This isn't my desktop glitching. She's combining with... She's gone. Sayori is completely gone. She's changed with the pixels of the other girls. And this is busted. I'm gonna click it to see what happens. I see an annoying girl waving at me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making it today, but it just sort of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would always sleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let it doesn't make any sense catch up to me. Is the game trying to erase her? That has to be Monica. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I'm missing girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my 2 free times on game and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. That's not true, but also I'm too disturbed right now to point that out. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. As I pack up the things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs, there really aren't any that interest in me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to... No! You're evil! I think... She's manipulating the game now. I know that she is. I'm just not sure if she's manipulating the game. She's obviously changing things. But I'm not sure if what I actually saw Sayori hanging was actually Sayori, because there was so many glitching going on, and there was code being actively rewritten in the upper left-hand corner, and it was straining, and the music wasn't right. I'm not sure Sayori hanging was real. So she needs to get an evil voice now. No more cheerful, I know about the fourth wall, but don't worry, I'm not going to do anything about her voice. She's going to get an evil one. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Well, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league, so having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet, and while you're in it, you could lock yourself in it, bash your head to death on the wall, please. Oh my god. You're in the debate club, right? Uh-huh, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? It sounded kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. What, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Crow, do you by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? I guess I have no chance to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? I feel the strong urge to turn off this game in the hopes that Monica doesn't crawl out of my monitor while I sleep, possess my cat, and maul me to death. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Crow. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Oh, don't say that. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Crow. All words escape me in this situation. Yeah. Terror. That's terror. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude whose name is probably Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki. Energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Crow in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought in anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Crow? Why don't I book it? Through the window! Forward! Throw the chair first, and then clear out the glass very carefully, and then jump! The girls have arranged a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks into the corner room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. No, you take a seat next to Sayori. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh god, it's horribly terrifying. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You know, you keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Body shove. So, Crow, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past 2 years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without even thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I remember this rant with you, but I'm really not in the mood to get into a rant with you right now because I'm scared to death. Every single time Sayori is supposed to pop into the scene, the screen flickers, and there's this horrible buzzing noise. It's like a jump scare without the actual scare. And also I saw Sayori hang. So, that was something. On the bright side, with Sayori being cut out of the game, it's bound to be marginally, quicker. Like the speed my nightmares will take tonight. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. All this stuff has, like, really dark meaning now. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Yeah. Me and my heart, which still hurts, by the way. You guys can pretend like nothing happened, but I am up. I know what's up. I am down. Funky Town, man. I know what's up. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeah, me too. I read a horror book once. Yeah, I'm trapped in one. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Uh-huh. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Huh? Is that so? Really? If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Huh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. Does she know I'm trapped in a horror game? That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. I kinda doubt she did, actually, in retrospect. She knows about the fourth wall, and she does. And she seems pretty omnipotent in this game. And she didn't need the paper. I don't think there was a paper. I think she's lying. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Huh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't we share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. God, Monica is staring at me, and she's not stopping. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuke feel comfortable enough to share hers. Monica is stealing all of Sayori's lines, and they sound so much more sinister. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuke and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Crow? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I'll lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. Please don't get bigger, please. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Crow. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? The idea of Monica getting larger on my screen gives me the heebly-jeebies. I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Crow? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you're really just left after all this, I would be super, I'm gonna swear for her this time, pissed. Crow, I'm so happy we can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Okay. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Crow, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. I feel so powerless. I can't do anything in this situation. She's tricking the protagonist, which is, holy crap, such an amazing writing choice. I was bashing the game writer just last episode, I believe, for bringing up Sayori's depression in such a almost a belittling way. I would have loved to know why she felt that way, just to make it seem a little bit closer to an accurate depiction of depression. But, you know, depression comes in all forms, and if the artist of this wants to depict it like that, it actually makes sense why it was treated so off the cuff, offhandedly as a plot twist, because this is actually what the game's about. It's actually about Monica gaining sentience and coming through the game. And it's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, where you just sit in one spot and you just click and you're absolutely powerless. These things are coming at you and you can't fight, and you can't run. You just have to wait it out and see what the heck happens. And it's this really kind of powerfully terrifying feeling. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuke, Yuri, and of course, the terrifying fifth wall hopper killer woman who bangs my game, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of the circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Oh, heck yeah! No. Nothing is real. Oh, Monica knows she's in a game. She knows that nothing's real. Now there's only two little ones. I guess we're gonna try to impress Natsuki. Fireflies. Clouds. On the surprisingly dark side, at least it's so much easier to tell the difference between which character I'm impressing. Because she likes super bright things, she likes super dark things. I have to notice though, they'd never hop over on her side of the screen. She'd be standing right here. They don't hop over there. Kiss. Happiness. Dance. Play. Cry. Oh, shoot. Socks. Jump. Party. Sing. Candy. Sugar. Laugh. Pure. Pink. Loud. Joy. Puppy. Lucky. Hi again, Crow. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Please pick up the chair, throw it through the window, and then carefully leap out to your death. Please. Please. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh my god. Oh, what was that face? I just missed it. I'll probably look over it recording and say, why didn't you see that, Ivy? And I'll be like, shoot. Thanks for keeping your promise, Crow. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive head first in the literature when you're not accustomed to— Oh, God! Oh. Oh my. I'm gonna have a lot of heart attacks. Let me just stop sipping on water. I don't want to spray the screen. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Yeah, I noticed. She's in front of the text. It's an O. And it's too far in the name for it to be Monica. It says Sayori. Natsuki. you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga class collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back on her seat. I'm sorry, Crow. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? She's closer. She is, I feel like. Usually they're a lot further. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, the music just shifted. Perhaps you might have been interested in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like you said. I swear she's closer. But wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I wanted to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book, even if you want me to. I mean, if you want me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here, because this is actually... Is she bigger? Is she closer? I swear she's closer. I can always see the top of her head. She's like, subtly closer. I didn't want you to feel left out. I'm getting absorbed into the boobs. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. The music hits a certain note where it gets terrifying, and then it pops in the piano like, oh, happy fun times. And I'm like, no, I know what you're up to. Great, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. She, popped up and then animated, teleported out. Clearly, Monica is making some homemade edits to the game. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off with some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this dance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Aren't we supposed to, read the poems before I go to a date scene? I mean, my poem was geared to her. Oh, no, I remember. The poem you gear it towards, you have a date scene before you read the poems. The first time, at least. Looking for something in there? Oh. I didn't get to see what this was. I didn't get to see what this was, so I have no idea what's being said underneath this. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. Oh, I bet you she was saying Sayori. She was scolding Sayori. She was saying, dang it, Sayori. And then she goes on to say, she never puts my stuff back in the right spot. And Monica edited in to make it sound like it was her instead. Because she wants to pretend that Sayori never existed. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. Nah, you gotta be just balls out crazy. Be like, yes! I read stacks of manga. I mean, look at all that manga in there. You know how she stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? She hits me with a manga book over and over until it's imprinted on my forehead. I see. There's a lone volume of manga and a stacks of various books on one side of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book's missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Oh, I agree. I know that feeling. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. It could be both. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Crow. Consider this... Oh boy. I don't know what she was gonna say, but it was probably something along the lines of mentioning Sayori, because Monica edits when Sayori's mentioned. So now she's saying don't judge a book. It's probably because Natsuki was mentioning that Sayori also judges books by covers or something along those lines, and she was scolding me for it. In fact, Natsuki pulls the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. Natsuki shoves the book right into my hands. Ooh, I'm gonna show you exactly why. That must mean that what she was actually saying wasn't don't judge a book by the cover, you know, obviously, or Sayori does the same thing. She probably meant Sayori loves the series as well. That's what she meant. I'm guessing. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Even I don't know what that word is. Don't just stand there. Wah. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Finally, I'm out of the closet! She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She passes on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. I don't know. I got into some mad yoga poses with Yori trying to sit down and read a book at the same time. Why's that? I guess it's easier to just be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. I'm putting on them moves, though, despite my friend recently dying. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and again? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I do the same thing where, like, you finish the series and then you go back to the first and reread, or in this case, re-look at pictures, and it's like a world of difference. And sometimes you can see some amazing foreshadowing, kind of like this. I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I hate slice of life. I kinda grew out of those, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Amen. Aw, that's cute. I don't know why her head is so big, and please don't crane your neck like that. I just saw someone get home. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't enjoy any series. The last thing you read was a menu. You don't? Oh, her eyes moved. That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get any of my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. It's actually not. And some people put in a lot, and I mean a lot of hard work drawing that stuff. It takes like 20 hours to draw it, and ink it, and color it, and then add in the dialogue lines and all the breaks and all that stuff. And 20 seconds to look at it, so it's very thankless. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. That's why we have the internet now. If I wanted to go out and do a Greek mythology reenactment of the Civil War, I would have an army of men in togas by the snap of my fingers. How long has my cat been staring at me? Sweetie, you can't act like you haven't been staring at me for at least 20 minutes. She's just been standing at my feet right here, just staring at me. That's part of why I feel so creeped out. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. Oh, you just called her a loser, you stupid. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. What? Ow! River Song? I'm sorry I yelled. I just got really freaked out by this. My dad would beat the crap out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading, or what? Yeah, I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuke is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Oh god, whenever the screen went black, I got scared. Hey, Natsuke. Yeah? Suddenly Natsuke collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh! I ain't scared. You know what? Where's my game? I ain't scared, but hold on, I want to see. It lists the history, and I want to see if the annotations show up in it. It does. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. But that's not in quotation marks, and everything else is. And that's alarming. If I could go back any further... Alright, back to Nightmare Land. Oh, more text. Oh. But Monica's edits doesn't make it in here. But now all of a sudden they are. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Natsuke, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches in her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuke's direction. Natsuke's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to get She couldn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Crow. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Who should I show my poem to first? I told you not to give. I don't know what's happening. Let's show it to Yuri, because it's gonna make her mad. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I trust her opinion, to be fair. Yeah, this is where she's usually standing, where she's like this far away. The other one, she was way close. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah, why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. Ouch. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm sorry. Yuri buries her head in her hands. I can't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to the new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their new style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes together with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the clubs gives you valuable feedback. Natsuke can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love sharing my thought process behind it. Natsuke smiles dreamily. Yuri smiles dreamily as if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took me such a long time to read. No, I got through it way faster this time. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Oh yeah, and Sayori ghosting up from the corner of my screen was totally mild. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Crow. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Linger in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Go away, Monica. Please never. I don't want to see you again. Natsuki! Okay. Well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. I am so far from happy right now. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Ooh, you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Someone get me a medal! Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you might need to show me yours. You still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. What? Monica will make you? Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect it from the youngest one here, did you? How would I know she was the youngest one here if Sayori didn't tell me? Because Monica deleted her. Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. Even if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Oh god, Monica. Hi, Crow. Having a good time so far? Yeah. You scary bitch. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Someone find me a fresh pair of pants, please. God, Monica's scary. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? No, please. No, I don't. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Crow. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. That's not the only barrier she learned how to get past. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Crow. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. Kinda makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yeah. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuke's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because of her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look on the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Oh God. Anytime I talk to Monica, I feel like I need therapy. So, Natsuki's father is starving her. Awesome. I have dick friends that suggested this game to me, man. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. This is a different poem. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my eyes burned, can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. She's trying to get through to he. I think it may be me. I think this is the moment when she got out of the game. Whenever she could, like, see out, I think she was seeing the inside of my monitor. She got blinded. There was too many possibilities. She had this big epiphany, and then she became aware of the fourth wall. She became aware she was in a game. This is the moment when she realized she was in a game. And the others in the room, she is referring to the other girls. And she asks, are they talking or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? AKA, are they real? Are they humans like we perceive humans? Or are they just pieces of a story? Are they just a way for an artist to tell their story? Are they just written, creative pieces that really mean nothing and can feel nothing? And I think this is her way out. Includes maybe killing some people because it's right there, aka the real world. He is right there, aka the protagonist here, this stupid guy caught in this loop. And like always, that's super alarming. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Well, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew! Survived that nightmare land. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. That song hit a sour note. This is a literature club after all, I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each one of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was just trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Crow did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Crow liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Crow appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make sure everything I do was overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose booze magically grew a size bigger as soon as Crow started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki. Oh, sorry. Evil chick. Sorry. Let me... Natsuki. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh, boy. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry, that my lifestyle is too much for someone as your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate in middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the heck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Crow hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Oh, I'm so scared. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Crow? She's trying to make me look bad. Yeah, that's not true. She started it. If Yuri hurts herself, I gotta side with her. I said Yuri. Yuri! Yuri! Hey! Not... No! What? Hey, Crow. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am. Right. I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, sweetheart. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it! I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Crow, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Crow. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but Okay, I'm not sure how much longer this nightmare day is gonna go on, but this video's been going on a little while, so we're gonna cut it here. Okay, comment, like, subscribe, or do all three, or else Monica wins. And that would be horrible.